What's good, everyone? This is Dev the Coolest.
And this is JB.
And welcome to Slick Talk. Hey,
Hashtag Slick Talk.
With a hashtag. It lit. Okay.
So we're going to make some merchandise for that.
Oh, yeah, we have to. And do you want some water?
Okay.
Do you need some water?
Why is it not wet? A lot of y'all like that episode. Jeffrey is a kid.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just trying to think about my thoughts. I'm like, what do I want to say?
Yeah.
Like, how do I want to say this? What do I want to say? That was a funny episode.
Yeah, it was. Welcome back, y'all, to another week of hashtag Slick Talk.
Yes, sir.
We hope y'all taking care of yourselves in the midst of COVID. We're still in this shit.
Staying sane.
Staying sane. Yes, mental health is very important.
Yes.
Hope you're doing what you need to do to take care of your mental health.
Absolutely.
Calling your family, calling your friends, your loved ones, all of that good stuff.
Having some downtime to yourself.
Yes.
Logging off of social media.
Yes.
Picking up a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely encourage getting off of social media.
Yeah.
Masturbating.
Do what's good for you. Listen. Do what
you need to do to get through.
By. Yeah.
God damn. Anyway.
Yeah. So what we talking about today?
So it's so much has been going on in the past, week, 2 weeks?
The past 2020?
Right.
So much stuff. But
touche.
A lot of stuff has been going on these past couple
January
of weeks.
1st, 2020.
Right. What hasn't been going on, right?
So we just want to talk about that a little bit and unpack it.
It's crazy that I feel like we're in a time now and so much is happening that we have to. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Come on, sneeze.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We have to all sneeze. It's crazy that we live in a time, like we're going through a time right now that there's so much happening that we have to, us having this platform and having a podcast that we have to kind of like always kind of catch up. And kind of give our opinions on things that are happening.
Yeah, but then there's so much happening, but nothing happening at the same time.
Right.
Which is also very interesting, which I think also plays into a reason why so many people feel so heavy.
Yeah.
Because usually prior to this year, but prior to COVID, we will have a lot more distractions. Yeah. We'd be able to go to the club, go to the bar, go to work.
I mentioned that
travel.
Earlier. Yeah, absolutely.
We had things that can kind of distract us from everything that's going on now. Now we're sitting at home, not really doing anything, and we're sitting and seeing all these deaths, police brutality. We've noticed it before, but now we have nothing else to kind of take us away from it.
Exactly.
All the deaths, Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. The list goes on and on and on. Like it's
it's a lot. And it can get pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And that's why we stress the need to like decompress and make sure that you're okay and make sure those that are around you are okay as well.
Absolutely.
Some people will be walking around here with a smile on their face and they could be just really going through it. And that leads into one of the things that has happened recently with the passing of Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
how did you handle that?
Chadwick Boseman. I honestly I was shocked, and I was also like taken aback, and I didn't realize how much of an impact he had on me as an actor, in the sense of that he looks like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's dark skinned. He has the longer kinky-ish hair. You know what I mean? Like, he's not giving like the stereotypical like or lighter brown skin, like, what we're used to in Black Hollywood. And his acting is phenomenal. So I was taken aback because I'm like, damn, like, wow, like he really, I didn't realize it until his death, but he really like had an impact on me personally because he looks like me, and I aspire to be on screen like him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can do it.
Yeah.
And he started in his debut role 12 years ago. He was 43 when he passed.
Oh, wow.
So I was only 31 years old.
Oh, wow.
When he
I didn't think I knew that.
went into his debut thing. And I'm 30 now, so I'm like, that's even more encouragement because lately I've been kind of down on myself with regard to acting, and we'll get back to Chadwick Boseman. But like, I've been down on myself with regard to acting because I feel like I am now that I'm 30, I'm pushing like an old age. You know what I mean? Like it's becoming too late for me to get into it. But then when you hear a story like Chadwick's, it's like, oh no, like this is possible. He was Black Panther in his late 30s. So I mean, rest in peace to him, and I love all of his films. The Jackie 42, Jackie Robinson movie, like it's really, really good. The James Brown film was really, really good. The what's it, Kings of Egypt?
Kings of Egypt.
Yeah, that I can't think of the title, but the Egypt movie that he did was pretty cool. Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, just like you, I was so saddened. It was so sudden. I feel like when any type of celebrity, when I hear about any type of celebrity or somebody that's famous passes, it kind of like is a shock to me and kind of puts things into perspective that, you know, nothing is promised and life isn't promised and anything can happen to anybody. So when I heard that happening to him, and then I heard about his struggle that led up to that in having stage 4 cancer, colon cancer.
Started stage 3 and then it ended up stage 4.
Yeah, that was just, it was really kind of like, honestly, I was sad, but it inspired me to want to do more and be a better person and kind of like I say on Instagram, lead with love, because it's just like this man, like it's all the outpouring of love that he's been getting. Everyone has been consistent with saying that he has been a great person and that he's been a joy to be around.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's inspiring to me. I want to be able to, there's no excuse for me to be in the space that I am right now, not facing the struggle that he faced and not be doing as much as I can do in this life. That man was putting out movies
over the past 4 years.
He was battling cancer.
The Five Bloods, like, so he was putting out so much. And I do want to say, like, now it's interesting that now that he's getting all this outpouring of love, but not too long ago on social media, people were on his head because he lost so much weight.
Yeah.
And they were saying, oh, crack Panther, and, you know, and he had to take a lot of his posts down because, you know, people were like super insensitive and not knowing what's going on. And now it's like, oh my goodness, like, we love him, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, I mean, sheesh, like, you need to care for people while they're alive. You don't know what people are going through.
You don't know.
And then even making fun, even if that was the case, and it wasn't, but even if that was the case, I don't feel like people should make fun of people that are dealing with any type of addiction.
Absolutely.
Or take that lightly. So, I mean, now it's, you know, I appreciate and love that everyone's like giving him his flowers, but while he was alive, like.
Yeah, we definitely, as a society, we need to do better in that department.
Yeah.
Like especially with the uprising of social media, and ever since social media has been as huge as it is, we literally are good for attacking people and then them, like, say for example, Azealia Banks, like not too long ago, she was on Instagram ranting, and we'll get back to Chadwick Boseman. We're not done with it yet, but
it's all revolving.
Yeah. But she was just on Instagram not too long ago, and people were worried that she was going to take her life and commit suicide. And then, you know, she came back, and it was the first time in a long time that I was like, okay, I hear what you're saying, because she does get on Instagram a lot and she rants.
Yeah.
But this time she was just like, give me my flowers and give me love while I'm up.
Right.
You know,
because y'all want to wait till I'm down to be like, oh my God, like, you know.
I appreciate, that's what she was like, I appreciate the love when I'm down, but at the same time, you guys are the ones that bring me down at times when I'm up, because you guys say all these rude comments to begin with. So the same thing with correlation with
and I wonder if that played a part in it. And, you know, something else I will hope not either. But I do appreciate his circle for keeping it under wraps.
Absolutely.
Like, for 4 years, like, they kept it real cute, didn't say anything, no one knew. And I think that was the bigger part of it. It was such a shock to everyone because no one really knew what was going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's why it was a shock.
Yeah, those are the type of people.
Really, you was going through this, and you did Black Panther?
You did all of that. Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah. So those are the type of friends that you need, that you want.
Period.
But and one last thing before we move on, that I wanted to encourage adults and parents and everyone that's around kids to do is, while Chadwick is the face of Black Panther, I think it is imperative, for the sake of the children and looking up to Black Panther as a Black superhero, to differentiate between Chadwick Boseman as the actor and Black Panther as a superhero. Because I don't think it does the children any good to say Black Panther died. You know, that Black Panther isn't here. You know, but I think it's also it's equally as good to say like, or to let them know that the actor has passed away.
Yes.
The person that played Black Panther is gone, but Black Panther is still here.
It's still here.
But yeah, I just wanted to put that little tidbit. That was something I wanted to say. But on a lighter note.
On a lighter note, they just confirmed today that Tyler Perry is now a billionaire.
Yes. Hey. Congrats to Tyler Perry.
The first Black gay billionaire.
Is he gay?
Well, you don't have to quote me.
Oh, damn.
Well, I mean, everybody thinks it. I mean, shit. I'm not trying to throw shade or be messy or anything like that. I don't know if he's gay or not. He hasn't said that, and he has a wife and a kid and everything like that. But
he has a wife?
Yeah, he has a wife.
I knew he had a kid. I know he had a wife.
Yeah, he has a wife. So those have just been rumors that have circulated for a long time. So don't quote me.
But congratulations to Tyler.
Yes,
to Tyler Perry for hitting that $1 billion mark. Got the studio. Got the play, got his last Madea play out.
And the self-made part of it, like literally was living out of his car.
In that same place where he
begging people to like pick up his scripts and
he did it himself.
Apparently what I seen today as well, somebody said that he put on a show and he was hoping that the show would do really, really well, but it didn't sell that many tickets at all. So since it didn't sell that many tickets, he had to pay out the people that helped him in the studio and everything like that. And then after that, he didn't have no money to himself, so he had to sleep in his car. Like, ain't that crazy? Like, how do you go from that's feel like that's the bottom of the bottom to the top of the top, which is being a billionaire?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's good karma.
That is good karma.
You know, you pay people out, you do right by people. You know, and it'll all come back.
And then hard work and dedication. Like, if anybody was like, people like to clown on Tyler, and just like I said earlier, I was, calling him something that he's probably not. But the truth is, he has put his head down. He has worked.
Isn't he a Virgo too?
I don't know if he's a Virgo.
Let me see. I'm gonna look that up real quick because Virgos be working their asses off. I will say to him, Beyonce, I will say a Virgo is good for work and job.
But no, yeah, and it's admiring. Yeah, like the fact that he literally just climbed up and he owns 100% of his content, and that's the truth. And that is a testament that us Black folks need to really start taking ownership in our creativity and everything that we're doing. And
he definitely is a Virgo.
Oh, he's a Virgo?
He is a Virgo.
Okay, cool. Come on, Virgo. And a perfectionist.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say he's a perfectionist because that lady wig that was inside that movie.
But maybe that was a part of it. Like, I feel like that was like probably part of the comedic. Which lady are you talking about?
The last movie where she had killed the. Oh, I don't want to give the movie away, but it was.
I don't. But the
was one of the movies
wig be busted low key in every film.
Listen, she was in jail. I fuck with Tyler Perry, but this girl was in jail, and 1 minute they had her wig a little slicked down, the next minute it was puffy in the air. Tyler, it was the same scene. Like, what is going on? I'm so confused. So, listen, he is a perfectionist, I would say, I guess, because he's been consistent with putting out these movies and these shows. And,
congratulations.
Congratulations on that.
And recently on his studio, Brandy versus Monica.
Yeah.
That happened.
Brandy flew out to Atlanta.
Yes.
On the private jet.
Yeah, and Monica got in her car.
Listen, and drove over.
Pulled up. What did you think about it? What are your thoughts?
So I will first say that this was the first verses that I watched the whole entire thing.
Same. No, I'm lying.
You watched the Jill Scott.
Yeah.
I almost watched that whole thing, but I was like, okay.
After a while, you probably were over it. But this is the first one that you watched.
Yeah, this is the first one that I watched in its entirety, and it was entertaining the whole time.
Yeah.
I was definitely listening to the music, but just the type of person I am, I was also looking at them, like studying their chemistry and what they had going on, and if it looked like it was fake or if
it was genuine.
Yeah, because and then a lot of people had comments to say about it, but they had mentioned inside of the versus battle that or the celebration that had been the first time that they had been in the same room
for 8 years,
for 8 to 9 years.
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
That's crazy.
So it's like I wouldn't have been mad if I feel like they showed chemistry and they did what was needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were a little bit more reserved, like I wouldn't have been mad at that because of the simple fact that it has been so long. You can't force somebody to come into a room. Well, she wasn't forced, but you can't expect somebody to come in the room after 8 to 9 years and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Well, then Monica said that they had a conversation prior to the
same day.
The same day. Literally right before they came on camera.
Come on.
And so they had to, I feel like during the thing, because I've been seeing a lot of people say Monica, which she did seem like she was kind of like uninterested, like kind of removed from it. But I mean, you have to think like, you're sitting processing like stuff that you just talked about, like you're trying to for the people that are viewing be entertaining and be present, but
and then you also just got to check Monica's vibe to begin with. Like Monica has never been
bubbly
as Brandy. She's always been like reserved. She's from down south. She's from Atlanta, so she literally is that type of girl. I felt and I've been feeling since I've seen her is to be a little bit reserved and to be a little bit more, you know, just calculating when she says something and not so rushed to kind of like be fake or in somebody's face or something like that.
Right. So, and she had moments where she was happy and they were like dapping each other up
and danced and everything.
I was a little disappointed she didn't sing The Boy's Mind at the end.
Well, she sang a little bit.
She sang a little bit, but you know what? I feel like
this is in the contract.
Right. And Brandy, ever since Brandy said that, what she said, the boy in the song is mine.
That's what she said?
Yes, at one line, she was like, the boy in the song is mine. I said, oh, girl.
No, I don't remember that.
That was some years, that was between the years they haven't seen each other,
No shade, the song is hers.
The song is hers. But no, overall, the celebration, I really, really enjoyed it. I think we needed it right now. 1.2 million people tuned in.
Well, over that, there was 1.2 million consistent.
Consecutive. Well, yeah. So it was what it was. No, it was 1.1 consistently for the even to all the way to the end. It was 1.1, and the peak was 1.2. But still,
peak of 1.2 what?
The peak that it showed on IG was 1.2 million people that were viewing.
But there was people that came and left.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there was over a million people that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. People were coming
crazy.
And going. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. And it was the trending. It had more tweets per minute than the MTV Music Awards.
Wow.
Yeah, it had more tweets per minute than the MTV Music Awards.
That just goes to show like their impact. Like you can't take that away from either of them. They both have an impact in the music industry. But I do also want to tap into Monica's snatched Fendi.
Listen,
Monica looks the fuck good.
Listen,
okay, like Monica looks good. Now those pants, but
listen, a lot of people had a lot to say about those pants. But shout out to Colin Carter.
Is that who?
Stylist. He's usually Cardi B stylist. I'm sure you've seen him before.
Maybe.
But yeah, shout out to him because once I found out that he was styling her up until this point, I'm like, oh, she's in good hands.
Styling Monica?
Monica. He was styling like even the little video that she made 4 verses when she was going in the vault. She got her car and everything like that. Like he has been styling her up until this point.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
And he's been doing amazing. Except those leather pants.
Now those pants.
Though, I could have just done some shorts and a long like, thigh-high boot.
Yeah, but when she came out, I thought it was one piece at first. I thought it was one piece, like because of the way that the top was cut at the bottom. I thought it was one full piece. But then I was like, oh, those are pants. And then it had the little pouch in the front. Like it was a little baggie in the front.
Not the pouch.
And then I was like, okay. Like,
and then it was too long at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like it was past them, you can't really see the shoe.
Yeah. It was an odd. And then it got to like it looked like her pants were her legs. Like they were like shiny or something. I don't know, but I'm not a clothing expert. But and then Brandy, you know, Brandy jacket what she was wearing. Brandy's jacket was $2,600.
Was it?
So people were giving Brandy some shit, but that jacket, like she didn't come out cheap.
And
she
then
just came out comfortable.
And then also she stayed true to who she was and her style. Like Brandy has never like differentiated and tried to be like a style, fashion icon or anything like that. She's always been like a regular girl, like look at her braids. Like if you really think about it, Brandy has been the most consistent artist that has stayed true to what she needs, what she knows that she can do and get by.
Yeah.
Like, period. If you just, like, even with this album, speaking of, since we're talking about them, even with this album, B7, which went to #1 on the R&B charts, which congratulations to her. But even with this album, she didn't have a whole list of features, you know, on the album. If you think about it, a lot of artists are using features to kind of like chart and do things, but Brandy was just like, no.
Yeah.
I'm staying. She did have a few. I think she had Chance the Rapper, and then she had
Daniel Caesar.
Yeah. But she's never been one to have like tons and tons of features, and she stayed true to that.
Even on 211, she had Chris Brown.
Yeah,
that was it that I can think of.
Exactly. So when it comes to the way she looked, I'm like, people were clowning, but I'm like, that's her, and she looked beautiful. I mean, they've been in the game for so long.
They both look amazing. They both look amazing. That is 40-year-old gold. Like,
and I sung every single song.
Had kids.
Yeah, and had kids. So just to end it though real quick, is there anybody, let's first start by saying that the culture won.
Yes,
so
period.
Overall, that's obviously what the consensus is, that the culture won. But is there a person that you feel that edged out the other?
You know, and I agree with you. The culture won. Like, I don't like this whole pitting them back against each other. They literally they're working on making up, and now it feels like fans are trying to put them back against each other. But overall, I want to say, because Monica didn't play All Eyes on Me. I was looking forward to that one.
She didn't play
She didn't play All Eyes on Me. I was really down about that.
I just thought, I just realized that.
I was really looking forward to that because I love that song. There's another song I can't think of right now too. Honestly, it's a tie for me. Brandy with her poems.
Child, listen.
But you know, I love it.
Did you see the meme that they put Brandy's face on top of what was on Maya Angelou? They put her face on top of Maya Angelou, and then on top it said, "I have a poem for that."
Or the one where Monica was laying out like this. She's like, I have a poem. But I do appreciate that she took the time to really care about the work that she was presenting to everyone. She was like, I want to present this. You know, like, this is how I'm feeling about this song right now, and I want to present this.
And she's an Aquarius. Aquarius, I will say, are perfectionists. So yeah, we're not gonna go too much into Aquarius because you know how you feel.
All right, we ain't. I mean, there's. Honestly, they're growing on me. My exes, I don't really. I mean, I don't. But you know, Aquarius. But
yes,
anyway, so my favorite, my in my eyes, I do feel that Brandy got it.
Okay.
Out of everything. So I'm looking at the whole list, and I think.
And you feel like Brandy got it.
But Monica came out with the hits too.
Yeah, what I would say is that I literally was rooting for Brandy. I was rooting for her. I was like, I'm Team Brandy, and I still am Team Brandy. But when it comes to the verses and what songs they chose to play, and you know, Monica, when Monica played a song, I was just bopping more. I was just like, okay, I remember this song, and I haven't heard this in a long time. And Brandy, you know, obviously her catalog and her discography goes without saying. The woman is a genius. But for just that moment in that time, I definitely was like, okay, Monica has the edge. So, but once again, I do believe that the culture won.
Overall,
so everybody won.
I think it was a tie. Everybody won.
Yeah, we'll just call it a tie for culture's sake. But it was a great show. And overall, they had over 4 million viewers.
4 million?
They had over 4 million viewers that tuned in. They had 1.2 consistent viewers, but they had
total views 4.2 million. Wow. 4.2. And that because you got to include Apple Music, YouTube,
exactly,
everything else. Wow.
Exactly.
4.2 million.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black women.
And then we plugged Brandy. Before we go, one more thing. We plugged Brandy's B7, but then Monica
Trenches?
She released a song that night as well called Trenches, with the little baby and it's fire. Yeah. As she should. 1.2 people.
4.2 million total. Shit, I would too. Vote. That's what they said too. Vote.
Exactly.
So okay, I don't even know how to segue into this, but the fact that 39 children were found in Georgia.
Yeah.
That were missing.
Well, we could segue to the fact that took place in Georgia.
Okay. Come on, because the Tyler Perry Studios in Georgia, and then y'all know we be trying to easily just go into stuff so it don't be like.
Yeah.
But it's a serious matter that 39 children were missing, first of all, and then were found, and it's not even on national news. I don't think I want to talk too much on it. I just want to just bring that up.
So when did you hear about it?
I heard about it last week? And it's still not on news.
They're still not talking about it?
Still not talking about it.
So what did you think when you first heard about it?
It was disheartening. Like sex trafficking is real. Like, and it can happen to any of the kids that, like, they taking kids from the detention centers and everything else. It's just really disheartening to know that is happening, and it's real, and it's something that we should take seriously, because it could be any of our children, any of our little cousins, any of our little brothers and sisters. It could have been us when we were kids. Like, it could be our kids when we have kids. If I didn't say that already, I don't have kids yet, but you know, it's just you know, I'm just really flabbergasted. I get it. We're in the middle of a political season. I mean, Joe Biden could say something about it. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm surprised that he hasn't.
Yeah.
Or anyone hasn't.
And it's like, come on. Like, go ahead.
No, I was going to say is that, it's still kind of fresh to me. I don't know all the facts, but just to give a little bit background on it, there was 39 children that were found in a I think they said it was a double wide trailer in Georgia. And like you said, it hasn't been covered. But what was startling to me is the fact that the youngest child that was found, oh my goodness. It's hard to say, because it's just like, they shouldn't, like, oh my goodness. Like,
it was 3 years old, right?
3 years old. Yeah, the youngest child reported was 3 years old, which is crazy. And I guess they had some news outlets that have covered it, like CNN and Fox News and CBS, but
I guess it's not headline as well.
It's not headlining.
Where I was getting
and it's not everywhere.
And it's not everywhere. Like, they brought it up, but it's not like. But there's so much shit. I get it. There's so much stuff going on in the world, but that is just.
And 9 people were arrested. So 9 people were arrested, and of those 9 people, a couple of them already had arrest warrants for sexual trafficking and, parental kidnapping. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, what the? It just makes me so angry.
What is this world, bro? Like,
we shouldn't live like. First of all, 1 is already enough for me if one kid gets kidnapped. But 39?
Yeah.
Like, how does that just go? Like, how does that fly by anybody?
I
would tear motherfucking Georgia up. Looking for my nephew, my niece, my child, my cousin. Like, how? Like, what's going on? I need to do more research on this.
For years, they've been saying Black girls have been going missing.
Yeah. In DC, they had said that a lot of Black girls were going missing.
It's been going on for so long, but it's just kind of like, it's just like with everything, people just become so numb to it.
Yeah.
It's like the killing of unarmed Black people and the killing of trans people and Trump and his rhetoric. I've been seeing, at least on social media, people are starting to become numb to that and thinking it's funny, and and it's like, no, this is some serious shit. Like, we have to take this seriously. So we just wanted to bring that up. And if nobody else is going to talk about it, we will.
We definitely. I want to do more research on it, and
we're going to keep y'all updated.
But we'll definitely keep you updated.
As of now, there have been 9 people
that have been arrested
for it, and the kids are in not in custody, but they're like,
and they're starting to. I think they said that they were starting to spread them out to foster care, and
which is also damn.
But I'm like, okay, so has their parents been contacted or whatever? But also, what I do want to say is that not all 39 kids were found at the same time. So I will say that they found a total of 39 kids within the span of two weeks.
Oh, so it's 39. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, it was 26, I think, that were found inside of the trailer, and then they found the 13
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is
but then
I'm happy that they found them.
I'm so happy they found them, and I'm just even them going back to the foster system, because that's where some of it starts.
It's a lot of it, because it's easy. I mean, it's easy. I had read something that it's easy to have children kind of lost in the system or traffic it when nobody's really kind of like looking for them. They don't have anybody that really loves them. So, yeah.
praying for all the kids that are still missing too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that was probably tough for people to listen to after we just
we went from verses and
verses and everything. But it's
we have to talk about
it. It's necessary. It's necessary to talk about. Absolutely. So yeah, and then from that,
do you want to talk about another heavy thing, or just go to a
something like light? I think since we're already on heavy, we could just stay. We could stay on the heavy other news that we had heard, and we can possibly end it on a light note.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We just don't because I guess the reason why, first of all, we don't normally talk about this while we're recording, but we also want to consciously make an effort to not keep you guys down in the midst of everything. I think that's something that we're mutually aiming to do. So, but we also have kind of a duty to talk about it. So but anyway, so R. Kelly got beat up. I don't know if that's heavy for some people. Some people might be like, good. I'm not wishing harm on anyone.
What's crazy is that it kind of makes sense that we would go to R. Kelly too, because after the kids, exactly. So I laugh right now because I actually hold no sympathy for R. Kelly at all. Like, whatever happens to that man, he has come in whatever way. I don't wish death against anyone, but I feel like karma is a bitch, and it's going to bite you in your ass one way.
Karma is a bitch if you are.
Exactly.
That's what I always say.
It's gonna, yes. If you are. And it's going to bite you in the ass one way or the other. So this man still is in jail or prison, and he hasn't been convicted yet. So no telling what his court process is going to be, but, it can essentially go any way. So, whatever happens throughout that process, I'm like, in a sense, it happened. So
yeah, and because it happened twice. The first one happened because of the strikes that were going on outside of the prison, and they were mad because it was stopping. Like the fellow prisoner was mad because it was stopping from the normal life of prison. And so they were like,
yeah,
R. Kelly been trying to get out, but I don't have any sympathy for people that do anything to children. That do anything to anyone underage
at all.
So
I don't have any sympathy for that.
I don't know that man. Sorry to that man.
Listen, I mean, like I said, I don't wish death against anybody.
Oh yeah, death is not even like I don't even wish being beat up on anyone.
Oh no, some people need to get their ass whooped. I don't know what you're talking about. Some people need their ass whooped. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat or anything.
You're right. I guess permanent damage. I don't wish permanent damage on anyone. A lot of people deserve their ass beat, but him included. So, but I don't wish any permanent damage or death on anyone.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But some lighter notes though. We'll be looking out to see what happens with R. Kelly. He's probably on lockdown right now, and solitary confinement. But moving forward to something more, I guess we could say lighter. I do want to highlight and give a shout out to before we move forward to other topic and close it off. I do want to just give a shout out to LeBron James. Like, he has literally been like my favorite person throughout this time. Like the way that he's advocating for our Black lives on social media and using his platform to kind of like bring awareness to what's going on and stepping up and being like a positive role model for Black kids and Black men in general is phenomenal to me.
Love it. Yeah, I've always loved him as a person.
Yeah.
Now, as a player, he's good. He's good as a player. He's
not my favorite all time.
But I had little gripes with him because he was with the Warriors and how he was flopping all over the place. I hated him with that. But as a person, I agree with you. I really, really admire him.
Like everything.
Even before him opening up his academy.
Yeah.
Like he's for people. He has a genuine heart. And I love that.
When I look at somebody with that big of a platform and that is seen across, like he plays in the NBA, which is obviously a United States kind of league, but the fact that he is seen across the world and people respect him so much is monumental. The fact that he has a Black queen on his arm is monumental to me.
Right, especially in the NBA.
Especially in the NBA.
It's sad that it has to be monumental.
Yeah, it's sad but it's real. You know what I'm saying?
It's dope
it is dope. Case, so I just want to give a shout out to him for standing up for us, for being a voice, for being a positive
on such a large platform.
On such a large platform, and he could be doing anything. He could just be shut up and dribbling like everybody's been trying to tell him to do. But I think that really motivated him to
do it more.
To do it more. So shout out to LeBron, and hopefully he inspires a lot of us, not just me. I'm sure he does, but hopefully. And then what else are we discussing before we go ahead and wrap it up? Something that
the most recent thing that happened was the VMAs.
Ooh, did you watch the VMAs?
I sure did.
Come on, tuned in. I actually didn't watch all of it.
I didn't watch all of it either.
You didn't watch all of it?
But I saw what was necessary to see.
Yeah, the VMAs really haven't been doing it for me since 1999.
But Keke Palmer.
They actually, I know. Keke always have a job, Palmer.
Right. Keke stay with the bag. Palmer.
Exactly. No, absolutely. But and that's why I watched a little bit of it, because I wanted to support her. I'm always supporting Keke. She's amazing. Yeah, that's another amazing queen, Black queen.
Keke. What were your favorite performances, or some of your favorite performances? Is that really a question? Is that? Oh.
So they were actually, I will say that I had seen a couple of great performances, but one that I just want to stand out without even focusing on any other one is Chloe and Halle.
Okay.
Like,
love them.
The performance from the beginning to the end was
and I'm glad that they performed Busy Boy.
They didn't perform
Busy Boy. What did they perform? They performed Ungodly Hour.
There you are.
Sorry, they performed Busy Boy in the episode for
the US Open.
Thank you.
Yes, I got you. We here.
But just even to that point, I appreciate that they're getting away from Do It a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting
a lot of it,
right, and I appreciate that they're showing more of what that album was, because a lot of people loved it, but a lot of people weren't really into it either.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love that they're showing like, oh, this is what we gave, like, and this is what it is, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Love their growth. Love
their looks.
Outfits. Yes.
Shout out to Zarina. Zarina is their stylist now.
You gotta know the stylist.
Listen, she works with Beyonce. So
yeah.
So Zarina works with Beyonce, but she's literally an amazing stylist, and she's been styling this whole like quarantine and since this whole like new era of their music. But like, just like you said, I feel like everything in their evolution. I think you mentioned that during our pre-talk.
Yeah.
Is their evolution from where they, and I've been a stan, and I've been a stan.
Oh yeah, you were a stan before I was.
Listen, when I remember when we went. Did you? No, you didn't go with us. But when I went to Coachella to go see Beyonce, the Beachella, and they were actually performing, but they performed like earlier in the day. And a lot of people, when you go to Coachella, a lot of people don't really do the earlier day shows.
Right.
Like they'll do the night. It gets it's hot and everything. But I literally left that hotel room
and
was surrounded by hella kids or like hella preteen or whatever age young people. Yeah. And I feel like I was probably like one out of like 10 Black people that was there. It wasn't a lot of Black people at all, but I was bopping to every single song. Yeah. And they're probably looking at me like, this big ass 6'3", masculine looking nigga is bopping to these songs.
But they're everything. They're everything. And the thing is, Chloe produces so much of it. They write, both of them write a lot of their music.
Yes.
Like, even if like with Ungodly Hour, Disclosure really worked on them, and Disclosure for Victoria Monet.
Yeah. And you know what song Disclosure produced, right?
Outside of Ungodly.
Oh yeah, the Ungodly.
Yeah, that's what they produced. Yeah, and so but Chloe took it after they finished it, quote unquote, added some more elements to it, brought it back, and they were just like, well, damn, and this is the final result. So I just admire them.
Package.
Yeah, I admire them so much.
How do you write, produce, look beautiful, can dance, play instruments?
Yes.
Like, excuse me, like who else is doing it like that right now? We need that. But I haven't seen her do a two-step. I haven't seen
her don't dance. She don't dance.
Yeah, so she doesn't do what they do. I love her to death, but she ain't doing no two-step.
But she ain't moving. You right. Her don't. She ain't moving at all. She don't got really songs that you can move to.
But I feel like she possibly would, though.
Do it to me.
Listen, that's her new single. Yeah. Shout out to her. But listen, I feel like she possibly can in the future. Only reason why is because, and then we'll digress. But
I want to bring up one more person.
Oh, okay, we'll digress. Yeah. But the only reason why I feel like she's still capable of bringing that element to her, like, her whole being is because if you think about it, when Alicia Keys first came out, like she was behind that piano and she was doing her thing and blah blah blah, and then she started evolving, and then she started doing a little two-step and dancing and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, Alicia, I didn't see it in it. Not saying she's the best dancer, but she still was doing what needed to be done at that time. So I feel like her definitely is capable of eventually getting to a point where she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna be on stage and you know, dance a little bit, but she doesn't need to.
She doesn't have to
because she's super duper talented. But if she wants to add another element or another layer to her whole creativity and who she is as an artist, she can do a little bop.
No, she sure can. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm really sitting here thinking, I'm like, it sparked. I know we got to go, but it like we don't got to go nowhere. But it kind of but it sparked something in me that's like, wow, like there are maybe like 3 tiers of, I guess, musicians or entertainers. Like there's like the entertainer that dances all the time. Sorry, I gotta speak into the mic. That there's the like the dancer entertainers, like you think of Sierra or you think those that they don't have the strongest vocal ability, but they definitely give you a performance.
They will give you a performance down.
Right. And then you have the tier that Chloe and Halle, Beyonce, I mean, I'm not equating them quite yet, but they can do it all. Yeah. Because Beyonce has an ear, she performs, she writes, she produces. Like you have that tier, and I love how we're just talking about Black women. That's another amazing thing. We talk about Chris Brown and all.
Is there anything else?
But I love Black women are everything. If y'all know nothing else about Slick Talk, we love Black women, and we listen. Ain't touched a bit of nothing. But love y'all down. Yes. And then you have like the Lauryn Hills and the Hers and the Alicia Keys that eventually got up in the little rock. But then you have those like that type of entertainer.
And who I'm in love with right now, which is just mentioned her, is Victoria Monet.
Yep.
Like super duper talented, like singer songwriter.
Right. She's wrote so much.
Yeah, she's wrote so much, and her albums is back to back. Especially Dive. Dive is probably like my favorite song on that album, next to Jaguar. But anyways,
I like Little More Time with Lucky Day.
Cute.
That one's cute with Victoria.
I like Lucky Day to begin with anyway.
We can go on. We can probably have a whole episode about music. But I do want to bring up the Doja Cat performance. I think her performance
need to be done.
Her performance was good. Even though she's canceled to a lot of people, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't, you know. She's kind of like how Kanye was for me. Like, I'm trying to separate the artist from the individual. Like, Kanye's kind of like at the other end for me now. Like, I love old Kanye, but I can't get back with him right now. Like, I can't. Like, I've kind of dismissed it. Anyway, to that point, but Doja Cat came there with needs to do it. I just wanted to bring her up.
It was definitely a great that's why that was actually one of my favorite performances as well. But I don't think anybody was holding the candle to Chloe and Halle. That's the only reason why I mentioned them.
So those were the top 2 we think. Or you think Chloe and Halle was number 1?
To be honest, they just stand alone.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not trying to be biased. Doja Cat, she was cute. But when I looked at Chloe and Halle's, I was just like, now this is what I wanted to see. This is what is missing from award shows right now, I believe, because you have to think about it. Back in the day, you had Beyonce, you had Rihanna, you had Britney Spears, you had
Christina Aguilera,
Mariah Carey, if you're looking for vocals, Christina Aguilera. Like, there was just so much back-to-back talent that we could rely on giving a great performance. And now, like, we're just bombarded with like mediocrity. Yeah. No shade.
But no, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like right now, like a lot of it, and it's like, and people come and go.
Exactly, but we're still here.
Right.
Season 5. Thank y'all for supporting.
Yes. So thank y'all for listening to this episode. And we will see y'all next week, per usual. Take care of yourselves.
Cheers.
We love y'all. Bye.